to be feminists, too concerned with women's marches to be bothered with the brown bodies lining the police barricades, beautiful bricks that always seem to resemble my future children. So ain't I a vacancy? So used to seeing brown bodies stunted, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to watch them grow. Got me praying for infertile soil because I fear a bullet picked the flower before it could fully bloom. Find me standing on front lines screaming for the causes that they will silence me in. Place my body on the foundation of movements to have everyone tread on my back. Grind my bones down to dust, only to see my memory blown away with a whisper. So, ain't I an ancestor? Don't I keep the good book stitched to my rib cage? Keep my freedom papers tucked behind my social security card? A Negro spiritual swelling in my throat? Shooting shotguns to part the Red Sea filled with my people's blood? Proudly leading the celebration when we make it to the other side? Only to have white women grab my hands and say they carried me over? So, ain't I a convenience? Have them try on my culture like costume, box my braids in the realm of unprofessional, yet gentrify my jeans for sport. More interested in the glory of the hood than having to live with the rats. Don't I got hand stretch, fingertips flex, heading towards my new growth? But surprised when met with hand slaps, cause it ain't your business how they feel. So, ain't I about to catch a case? But ain't she still my sister? Still feel their hands unjustifiably searching the science of my body, trying to discover the immortal in everything they thought I lacked. Find the taste in everything they assume be bland, cradling my ancestors' rape and the density of my melanin. So ain't I brown paper bag test, light enough to bear your children, but not fair or male enough to spark your revolutions? So ain't I Henrietta? Ain't I Sandra and Corinne, Phoenix and Monica, that nappy-headed hoe over there, birther of caskets, mother of civilization, the beginning and the end, the power to stare stone-faced at them all and say, ain't God woman and black? So feel honored for the chance to bask in her presence. Y'all have a good one.
I'm a Pakistani American Muslim and I wear a hijab. I cover my hair. My life experience doesn't represent every woman that looks like me, but when I talk about discrimination to people of similar background, it's not a new topic. It's not something that's new. Ever since 9/11, I have been aware of what it's like to be the other. I have been stared at, I have been commented, I've gotten consistent random security checks as a child, a 10-year-old. You know, because a 10-year-old can be dangerous. A 10-year-old that has lived their life and is trying to prove that they are one of you. People want to oversimplify other religions and other cultures. And it's easier, but when we do that, we take away a person's individual story. I mean, I am biased, okay? We all have biases. We all are judgmental, but we need to own that. We need to own that and take ownership of that, and then when we do that, we can make change. I'm standing by my black brothers and sisters saying, hey, they have a right to live. They have a right to live. Please don't kill them. Please don't be violent against them, and we're the ones getting punished. I'm not doing this for fun, but movements need people. And each person's story makes the laws and injustice real. So if you're uncomfortable having these conversations, good, we're getting somewhere. Go out and talk, go out and speak, talk to your representatives, elect people that are going to represent you. Talk to your representatives that are up there. Tell 45 that we won't put up with this.
Say, I will.
I will.
Own my power.
Own my power.
I will.
I will.
Own my power.
Own my power.
Own your power. Don't give it away to anyone else. Own it. This is yours. How imperfectly beautiful it is. It's yours.
Yeah.
When they try to take it from you, promise me you will fight like hell to keep your power. Because I'm fighting like hell to keep my power.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for our children.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for our city.
Yeah.
Own your power. Say, I will.
I will.
Own
don't get the acknowledgement and the exposure running for office, then it means nothing because we're not getting to that place. We need to hold some pens and make some decisions in St. Louis. We are the ones that changed this. When I ran for office the last time, thank you for those that cared and those that donated. But let me say this. As a woman, it's so much harder to run for office. There are women who have backed down from running for office because they were told, you can't do it. Don't you know you're a woman? You can't do it. You can't make this. You can't do that. You can't go there. Your hair is not right. Your skirt is wrong. You need to do this and that. But nobody says all of that to the men. So we're going to change that. And we're going to start going forward just as we are.
But they told me I couldn't do it. They said, you're not ready. You're not organized. You're not serious enough. And they kicked me out of the School of Education. They said no. And I think, and I know, that that was largely because they didn't want to give a woman with a disability a teaching certificate. But I said, screw you. And as I stand before you today, I hold a master's degree in teaching English as a second language. And I am a teacher. And I am a fighter for the rights of people with disabilities. Because I am tired of living in a world that is siloed. I am tired of living in a world that is categorized by labels and diagnoses and the word can't. I am tired of being told, you can't do this job, you won't make the minimum wage. And there are people in my community who work for less than the minimum wage, and that is not okay with me. It is not okay with me that people with disabilities can't get to the voting polls because they're not accessible. It is not okay with me that we are silenced, that we are told that our vote doesn't count, that our voices don't matter, and that at the end of the day, what we have to say isn't worth anything. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, we must do the thing we think we cannot do. So, now is our chance, because they don't think we're gonna do it. So we have to get out and vote. We have to stand up and march. That's why we're here today. And we have to rally in our strengths, sit with our struggles, and realize that it's all the same. We are all the same. Yes, we are different, but the struggle is all the same. So as women, we have to learn to break the chains together. Audre Lorde once said, she was a great feminist, diversity does not mean the shedding of our differences, nor the pathetic pretense that those differences do not exist. So as I stand before you today, I ask you to remember one thing. We are all powerful women. Say it. We are all powerful women. And no man and no able-bodied person in an ableist society is going to tell us that we can't. Why? Because Eleanor Roosevelt told us that we must do the thing we cannot do. And we will. Why? Because we are all powerful women. Thank you.
My name is Lord Ashley Hunter, and I am a proud black trans woman! I'm so excited to be here with so many many wonderful faces, just to tell you a little bit of how important it is for us all to stand together to dismantle and destroy patriarchy, to dismantle and destroy white supremacy, to dismantle and destroy racism, ableism, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, all that fucked up shit. We must destroy it now! When I look out over this beautiful crowd, I can only think about the black trans women who have been murdered in this town. I can only think about the average age of a black trans woman, which is 35 years old. I am 41 years old. I know I look good. But the point is, my mother has already lost 2 children to violence. And then it's just a matter of time before she receives a phone call to come and identify my body. I said it's just a matter of time before she receives a phone call to come and identify my body. Every single day I wake up in fear. Will this be my last day? Will this be today that somebody takes me out? I do not let that fear consume me because I am a bad bitch. Not only am I a bad bitch, I am the executive director of Trans Women of Color Collective. I hold a master's degree in public administration. And a bitch like me is finishing her doctorate degree at Georgetown University. I will not let anybody take me out of here, ever. It is important to know that in Missouri, it is legal to discriminate against trans people when accessing housing. That is an act of violence. It is legal to discriminate against trans people when accessing health care. That is an act of violence. It is legal to discriminate against trans people trying to get a job in Missouri. That is an act of violence. Now, if you want to do something, you need to shift that narrative. I'm going back home to Washington, D.C. to fight the good fight. But what the hell are you going to do for black trans women right here in St. Louis? Are you going to stand up and fight with us? Are you going to stand up and fight for black trans people? It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. Thank you, St. Louis.